No one's immune from the dangers of this drug. It destroys families. It's killing people everywhere.
Jay Birch was a cute kid from a loving family who went from private schoolboy, talented teenage footballer, to a locked-up, drug-addicted criminal hooked on meth.
As soon as I had it, something happened inside me and was like, I need this drug, I want this drug, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get this drug. If I didn't have the drug, look out.
At 20, Jay became a father, but he was also smoking ice, an addiction which would cost him up to $1,000 a day.
In my worst point, I was using up to 1.75 grams, which is half an 8-ball, at my very worst.
A day?
A day.
Sadly, this descent into drugs is an all too familiar story in families across the country.
I ended up being arrested for a serious home invasion in Queensland, and I was arrested 2 days. I'm going to get emotional. This was a turning point for me. It was 2 days before my daughter's 12th birthday.
I remember seeing him jump over a fence and throw a wheelie bin through our car, and I was like, who is this man?
Jay's lucky. His daughter, Talia, now 17, is a strong, caring young woman who's standing by her dad.
A part of me feels sorry for him, and a part of me wishes sorry.
Jay's rock bottom was being jailed in Queensland with a warrant for his arrest back home in Perth.
I made a promise within myself, though, that that's it. I'm going to rehabilitate, and if I get a chance out in the community, I'm going to do my very best to raise awareness about this drug, because I know firsthand that it's ruining lives.
Fast forward a few years and Jay's teamed up with the Australian Anti-Ice campaign, led by former addicts like Andrea Simmons, telling their stories in schools.
I build a rapport with the kids, and they listen to me more than they would perhaps a teacher, because I've been there, and I'm just real with them.
Jay's now bringing the program into WA schools. A handful of schools have signed up for a pilot program in the coming weeks, with the dream of expanding into schools across the state in 2020.
My goal as state manager is to get every single student in this state thoroughly educated about the drug ice.
And Jay's message is unique because he takes Talia into the classroom. She wants to break the stigma that drugs are cool.
It sounds very cheesy, but looking after yourself and loving yourself is so much cooler than destroying it. And not only mentally, but physically, it's toxins.
This problem is not going away. It's only getting worse. So the only way we can reduce this epidemic is education.
Nurse Tracy Hammond is on the meth front line, treating children at a youth medical service, and they're getting younger.
Some of these kids are 12, starting at the age of 12, and some progress from 12 to dealing at 15.
You go to a party and there's 80 to 100 people, that it's going to be there, you know, every type of drug you can imagine.
Jay has been clean for 4.5 years. The message from the Anti-Ice campaign is not even once.
I don't know anyone personally that has used this drug only once. They are all still full-blown addicts, barely surviving. They're in jail, they're dead, or they're in mental health institutes.
I think that's what's important is opening up about it and telling them, hey, my dad went to jail. These things happen.
We need ex-meth addicts who are in long-term recovery to be able to go out to these schools and share their stories, their heartbreaking stories with these kids. That's the only way they're going to get the message.
Everything happens for a reason, and I'm happy how it's panned out, because he's turning such a horrible situation into the best possible outcome there could be, and I'm proud of that.